Hi, parents and students. It has come to my attention that there are some questions about how to turn in the final self-portrait as well as the compare and contrast essay, because there are two parts to that. So I created this video so that I could show you how to do that. So we're going to start by just scrolling down. First of all, the instructions for the final self-portrait are just right here at the very bottom. And that is actually where you'll be turning in the self-portrait. One thing to note about this self-portrait is that it is the only 100-point assessment. It's our final project, so it's worth the most. It will really affect your grade or your student's grade if they don't turn it in, if they choose not to do it. So it's really important that they make an effort. Even turning in something is better than nothing. So for this one, there's an instructional video I'd like them to watch. And then there's instructions right here about the drawing needs to be done from observation. It should be life size. It should use pencil. If you're having trouble getting a hold of a number 2 pencil or you need help, I have drawing pencils that I can bring to your home. If you would permit me, I can drop them in your mailbox. I would be happy to help you procure any type of drawing pencil for this project. They really only need a number 2 pencil, but if that's a problem, I'm happy to help make it or make a solution, try to find a solution. So just send me an email if you need pencils. Accurate proportions are going to be important in this drawing. I'd like to see them putting all that detail into the eyes, the pupil and the iris, adding the eyelashes, and then trying those different values. The rubric's right here, so they will be graded based on the objectives and their craftsmanship. So you're welcome to look over that with them. And then for that one, they just have to take a picture of the drawing and submit it. It's pretty straightforward. The one that seems to be hanging people up a little bit is the compare and contrast essay. Because the whole point of drawing for the last 6 weeks and studying portraiture was to get better, to show growth, to see improvement. So, sorry, wrong run. For this one, the compare and contrast portrait essay, there are 2 parts. Sorry, I went to the wrong one. And I have a crying cat. Thank you for your patience. Okay, compare and contrast portrait essay. For this submission, there are 2 different things that need to be done. The first is they need to complete their final self-portrait, and then I want them to go back to that first portrait that they did 5 weeks ago. Hopefully they still have it laying around the house on a piece of paper. And I want them to take pictures of both portraits side by side in one photograph so that we can compare and contrast, because that's the whole point, is to be able to look at both of the drawings. If for some reason they don't have that original drawing, they can pull it out of Canvas. They can go back to the original assignment, click on the submission, and then they should be able to make a copy of the image. They could take a screenshot of it. If there's some reason that you're struggling getting that photo, let me know. If you can't figure it out, and I can just copy it and send it to you in an email as well. But you do have to have both drawings in one photograph submitted with this assignment. Now to do that, you're going to go up to the submit button, and you'll see what happens down here is you get this little box. And right here it says choose file. You'll click on choose file, and then it's going to pull up whatever files you have, right? So I have a student's work here. Maybe that's their self-portrait. They're going to just click open, and that will attach the file, and you can see, whatever name you've given it. Now on top of that, there's also the written essay. It's a minimum of a 1-chunk paragraph, 8 sentences or more for full credit. There are some writing prompts right here, and it's worth 20 points. And for that portion, you will do text entry. So if you go down here, you see it says file, upload, text entry, K through 12 or CK through 12 practice, Dropbox, Google Drive, right? You should be able to simply go to text entry and now type in text. So now you have a file connected here. You have your text written here, and you click on Submit Assignment. And it should submit both, ideally. Sometimes it doesn't always work like that. So let's go look at the submission details. Up here in the right-hand corner, click on Submission Details. And it looks like just the text came through. So if that does happen, because sometimes Canvas doesn't like two different types of files being submitted at the same time, simply go back to Resubmit Assignment. This is not going to negate what you just turned in. What you just turned in is already in Canvas. It's not going to erase it. And we'll just go back to the Choose File, grab the photo, open, submit. And now when I go to look at my submission, I bet both files are going to be there. So sometimes it just takes a little bit more detail or a little bit more work to get at it. So yeah, I can see Chloe's photograph here. Now, I know you can't see it from my perspective, but if you did actually turn in both of those and you just did it as two separate submissions, I will get both of those files, and then you'll be able to complete the assignment. So I hope this was helpful and not confusing. I know it is two different types of files, so you may have to do two separate submissions to get those both turned in. Again, if you have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out through email. And I hope you're all staying safe and you're healthy and feeling good and enjoying the end of the school year. It's coming up quick. Remember, these are due by Friday at the latest, so that you can get credit. All right, that's it.